and gentlemen, welcome back to Doctor Who Reviews. This week we are looking back at the Gunfighters. And to talk about this episode with me, I have my two usual special guests. Firstly, to my virtual left, this is the return of the Space Cowboy. It's Freezing Inferno.
Yeah!
And to my virtual right, she's been getting cards and letters from people she don't even know. It's Cognitive Usurper, also known as Kat.
Howdy, y'all.
Apologies to Glenn Campbell for messing up that lyric from Rhinestone Cowboy. So yeah, the Gunfighters. This is interesting.
In case you can't tell by how fast Rainick is talking, there's football tonight, so we have to rush this.
Yeah.
I love how I said I wouldn't mention the football. You brought it up instead. Okay.
The role of Rainiac tonight will be played by John Machida Jr.
The role of Rainick tonight will be played by that Micro Machines guy.
That's literally who I said.
Like I know his name.
Well, you do know.
I regret asking you to keep this brave. Okay.
So, okay.
Why don't you give us a potted history of the Gunfighters, Frezno?
Let's talk about Doctor Who fandom, trademark. Because the Gunfighters is the third story featuring the late Jackie Lane. That's why we picked it. But also, of the existing Jackie Lane stories, it's the most interesting because of its relationship with fandom. So,
it's also the least racist.
It's also the least racist. Well, yes, it's also the least racist.
It is least racist.
And it doesn't poochie her at the end, so that's good. So, in 1983, for the 20th anniversary, a book came out called Doctor Who: A Celebration. You know, it was a big, lavish book talking about the history of the series, interviews with people, stuff like that. And it had this section from a particular person named Jeremy Bentham, who was part of the Doctor Who Appreciation Society. Basically, one of the first real Doctor Who fans, and he did short reviews of every episode up to that point.
Oh boy.
This is notable because The Gunfighters is one of the few stories that Jeremy Bentham actively disliked. And he basically said his objections, off the top of my head, are basically that it was way too silly, and the accents were obviously just British people doing American accents.
I mean, he has a fair point with that second one.
Yes.
Yeah,
Now,
as someone who's from the south of America, I expect an apology. Just saying.
So yeah.
You expect an apology from the British.
We'll give Bentham that one because it's blatantly obvious as soon as you start the story, but also it doesn't really ruin the story for me. And the fact that it's silly is subjective.
It makes it funnier. The accents make it funnier.
No, it's just the entire serial is very silly.
I would argue that it's kind of one of the strengths of the story is that it's silly, but it gradually degrades into darker and darker territory, all while keeping that silliness.
It's still incredibly silly.
It is that too. The dissonance. I like the dissonance, but the point is, Bentham's review kind of became this cultural touchstone, where everyone, because it was the 80s and nobody could actually see the Gunfighter, so everyone just assumed that he was right and it was shit. So you have this whole cycle of it's shit, and then people reappraising it, and then you come to our generation, who came in on the new series, and don't give a goddamn flying fuck what Jeremy Bentham said about the Gunfighters in 1983. We're gonna judge it on our own merits.
Yeah, it's shit.
Yeah.
Well,
no, not actually.
No.
I just wanted to make that joke.
No, I realised you were doing a bit. It still made me laugh, so congratulations.
Yeah. So, with that in mind, with all our preconceptions about, what Doctor Who should be out of our minds, let's dive into the Gunfighters with Episode 1, A Holiday for the Doctor.
Nice title.
And we begin with the song.
The ballad.
Welcome everybody to the Gunfighters, also known as The Last Chance Saloon.
The Ballad of the Last Chance Saloon, featuring a Doctor Who serial.
Holy shit! How much did they pay for this song? Because it is in every single part of this serial, and it repeats several times. There's one part that repeats 3 different times.
Yeah.
All about the same person. Because these lyrics, the lyrics to the song is tailored to what's happening in the actual episodes.
It's the last
it's
time
like-
I think that an original song would appear in Doctor Who until, oh god,
The King's Demons.
yeah.
20 years later.
The King's Demons. Jesus, we're pulling deep now.
It was also the very last OK Corral that was the last individually titled episode.
Look at you
after
getting
this
the
one.
lore in there. I'm impressed.
Nice.
I have
Someone's
TARDIS Wiki open.
Yeah.
So
I'm still impressed.
And then Johnny Ringo appears, who's not entirely villainous. Wait, shit!
Don't you dare!
fun fact, actually, he was almost played by Patrick Troughton, so he almost was not entirely villainous.
I'm just going to
Oh
tear up
my
all my
God.
notes because Kat's just doing all my material tonight. That's great.
So, the Bell is the last chance salute. Oh, I get to bring up the fun fact that the singer was Linda Barron, who we've seen on the show as Captain Rack in Enlightenment.
Just deleting all my
Yeah,
notes on this
fuck it.
episode.
Fuck this
Brilliant.
goddamn song. I was on a call with my friend Chris while I was watching this because she likes to listen to me live react to these things.
Oh,
And-
God.
I swear, every 5 minutes I was like, "There's the fucking song again. Yep, there's the song. They're playing it again. Oh my god!" And it's like it's one of those songs where. So in a Disney movie, just as a comparison, because musicals, and musicals in general, what tends to happen is the songs have something to do with the actual plot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get used to wanting to hear the songs in order to be able to understand how people are feeling, what they're doing, so on and so forth. With this one, I was not listening to the song at all because it felt like just some cheesy background song, and I had no idea it was going to continue on through the entire serial.
It's
And I was
weird
like,
because
okay,
it's...
this part at the beginning is a little bit annoying. We have a scene and then the song, and then we have a scene and then the song, and then a scene and then the song. It's like, okay, hopefully they're going to stop this soon. And then the song kept coming.
So, would you
And-
say that it's the song that doesn't end?
Yes, it goes on and on, my friend.
Some people started singing it, not knowing what it was, and they'll continue singing it forever just because.
I know a
It's a
song that
song
will
that
get on your
never
nerves. It's about the Last Chance Saloon.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
At the beginning, I was just like phasing it out because it's like, who cares? It's some random song. And then I started actually listening to it, and that's when I realized that the lyrics are like essentially retelling what you just saw.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I mean,
I might as well bring this up now. The song serves two purposes. Firstly, it's referenced in the actual storyline. A couple of characters
Unfortunately.
actually sing it, and secondly, it acts as almost like the chorus of a Greek tragedy.
Yeah, I get that feeling, yeah.
Yeah, a Greek tragedy. It's too bad this is supposed to be a fucking western.
Yeah, as I said, it's strange because it's a western, but I think that's the act that they were going for.
Guess
kinda-
what westerns in America don't have? This fucking shit.
Well, this isn't a Western in America, it's a Western in Britain.
I know, and it's annoying.
Yeah. Well, I kind of dig the way that the song it just keeps going even as the situation gets worse and worse and worse, and it just keeps that upbeat, happy tone even as it's singing about how, say, a guy has just been gunned down and cold-blooded murdered.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
That's
I
interesting.
wouldn't call it a happy tone because we actually hear it as a happy tone later on.
It
It's
does
a lot
change.
better.
It does change key
Yeah,
when it gets to the darker parts.
it does
Well-
change quite a lot, and that's actually kind of nice. But also, literally, I had my friend count. I think there was like 19 times, if I remember correctly, that
that's
I said
a lot
this
of fucking
fucking
last
song.
chance.
You had
That's-
Chris count.
Yes.
I love it.
19.
Well, okay, Chris didn't count. I counted. Because it's like, all right, I'm going to stop here for a second. I'm going to type. I'm going to go back. I'm going to rewatch these and see how many times. And then I counted it out. And I want to say it was 19, but I don't quite remember because it was last night.
Either way, the song is prevalent throughout the whole thing. So
Yeah.
it's definitely like it's either a deal breaker or it's not, because holy shit.
It got a bit
There
much
is a
for me
lot of
after
that
a while.
fucking song.
I had to watch this
And it's
one in
like-
bursts.
The worst part about the whole song is too that you can't cut it out of the episode.
No, you can't.
It's like you have those people who they trim episodes and make it look nice and are not horrible pieces of shit.
Yeah.
There are some moments where the song is playing over important plot points that you need to see.
Yep.
And it's like, you can't cut it out. It has to be in there. And that's the most annoying part.
Thanks, Linda Barron.
Yeah. So the story begins, and we get some boys riding into town. The town of Tombstone. At the OK Corral. The Clanton brothers. And one of them promptly shoots a sign. Because why not?
And the bullet holes appear in the sign before he shoots it.
Also, this is where, again, the Gunfighters just basically puts its flaws right out in front of you, because you open with the song, and then you get the Clanton brothers, and the Clanton brothers are so obviously British actors trying to sound American.
They are.
That you're just like, your brain breaks.
I have to touch on this. So the Clanton gang are the three brothers Clanton, Ike, Phineas, and Billy, plus an associate of theirs called Seth Harper. Only one of those guys is from North America, and it's Seth Harper, because it's Shane Rimmer.
Right.
Who was in James Bond. I think he gave his voice to either Thunderbirds or Captain Scarlet as well. Possibly.
I don't know.
But
for those who are interested, the events of this serial are actually based on a real-life event, so they're still keeping with that, teaching the kids thing.
They are, but they have changed quite a few things, which I'll get to when we get to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's quite a lot.
They're rolling to town, and also running into town with a whoop 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 is the TARDIS. And Doctor Who has a bad tooth. For reasons
that won't come into play whatsoever.
I do enjoy.
Reasons we're not going to bring up, because I don't want to bring them up.
I do enjoy.
I wonder why Frez doesn't want to bring this up. What was the episode? Oh.
Yeah.
But never mind.
Let's not discuss.
Let's just say he ate a bag of toffees off screen, and it was a bad idea, and now he's got a toothache.
Owie.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't get one after one sweet, but okay, whatever.
An entire bag of toffees, but anyway.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Still, that's a whole lot.
I'm trying not to mention that episode, okay, Kat? Cut me a bit slack here.
Well, I'm just saying it's not realistic.
Okay.
Well,
he did something horrible to his teeth anyway, he's got a toothache. But I do love the companions. I love the companions of this scene.
Stephen and Dodo. Dorothy. And they're basically just like, oh, cool, we're in the Wild West. Yeehaw, yo-ho-ho and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Wild West, the perfect place to go see a dentist.
The Doctor is not happy about being in the Wild West.
But he's not happy about having a bad tooth either.
I mean, they could just left and, done something else.
Well,
got him someplace else to get.
While they're all getting prepared and getting acquainted with the place, the Clanton boys head into the saloon to meet up with the aforementioned Seth Harper.
Frez, what's the saloon called?
Is it called the Last Chance Saloon?
Yep.
Oh, hey, it's like that song.
The one that's still playing.
Now, from what I could tell, and I've made this mistake before, but I believe Seth Harper is not a real person. I think he's the one original character in this for the Cowboys.
Original the character, do not steal.
Yeah, Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes Seth Harper. He doesn't like his nickname.
He is made up for this. The only real life people are Billy Claiborne, Ike and Billy Clanton, Tom and Frank McLaury, the town marshal Virgil Earp, special policeman Morgan and Wyatt Earp, as well as Doc Holliday, who actually at the time was not a dentist. He was a temporary policeman.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And those are all the real people who were involved in the gunfight at the OK Corral.
Other people are either amalgamations or completely original characters.
Yep.
So, the Clantons want to hire Seth Harper for a job to get the aforementioned Doc Holliday as revenge.
Gee, a guy named Doc, and this whole thing is called Holiday for the Doctor. I wonder what's going to happen.
I wonder what will happen, but before that will happen, Steve and the Dodo come out, and they're dressed very silly.
I love this.
It kind of reminds me of Back to the Future 3, where you, Doc Brennan's like, "What idiot dressed you in that outfit, Marty? You did." Oh,
Yeah.
I'd like to point out that Stephen trips as he exits the TARDIS.
he turns, yeah. Steven is, yeah, and the Doctor's just like, why the fuck are you two dressed up in Halloween costumes? You gotta be inconspicuous when you go travel these places. Like me.
Yeah. I've got in my notes here, Stephen puts on a terrible US accent, messes up a quick draw, and generally acts like a tit.
Pretty much.
I just wrote Steven is shit at being a cowboy.
He is.
Also, I really, really hope that's not a real gun he's holding, because holy shit, Steven.
Yeah.
Trigger discipline.
I was going to say trigger control.
Trigger discipline, dude.
You
And
know
you're
who
pointing it at the Doctor.
You know who does have trigger discipline? The motherfucker who shoots that gun out of Steven's hands.
Wyatt Earp!
Wyatt Earp.
Yay!
Wyatt Earp shows up and he's basically is like, "Hey, you idiots, what in the fuck are you doing? The Clantons are in town. We can't have strangers in while the Clantons are in town. I'm taking you in."
Yeah, protective custody. Dodo is very happy about this because she's delighted to have met Wyatt Earp.
It's nice. Back with the Clantons and Seth Harper, they're talking about how they're going to get Doc Holliday, and well, they haven't actually seen Doc Holliday before, but they'll know him when they see him.
Yes, of course they will.
It's just too bad for them that the singer of the place, Kate, is actually Holliday's lover. And
Yeah.
she goes to find him and tell him what's going on.
Now, Kate's an amalgamation.
Yeah.
Doc Holliday did have a lover named Kate, but that was Big Nose Kate Horney. This is just Kate. I think it's Fisher. That's her name.
Stop! That just blindsided me.
Her nickname was Big Nose.
Big Nose! Jesus.
Her name was Big Nose. I don't make these up.
I hate to tell you, but yeah.
Somewhere on this planet, there was a human in the Wild West nicknamed Big Nose.
There's a cartoon. There's a cartoon of Doc Holliday threatening someone at gunpoint saying, "How dare you call her Big Nose? Nobody calls her Big Nose. Isn't that right, Big Nose?"
Big Nose Kate. Jesus Christ.
Anyway, let's talk a bit about Doc Holliday here because I really like the way they portrayed his character.
Uh-huh.
He actually has an accent that sounds like it could be American. He isn't, but
Yeah. I mean, he convinced me. It actually sounds like, an American accent.
Yeah, I would say he and Kate and maybe Wyatt are the ones that sound the best to me.
I think Masterson
It's
as well
like
does all right.
Kate puts it on a little thick, but otherwise she's fine.
The director did try and get American and Canadian actors to play these parts, but couldn't do it. So,
Oh well. To be fair, Kate was also Hungarian, so
yeah,
Ah, okay.
none of that's in the story in this story,
Nope.
but
So we get Kate warning Doc Holliday about the Clantons, and then Masterton.
Masterson.
Masterson.
Yeah.
Masterson.
Anyway, he also warns Holliday and is basically like, you behave yourself and keep out of trouble and stay out of the saloon. Because I don't want no trouble in my town.
He's a
Well,
marshal.
yeah,
Good trouble. Right here in River City. With a capital
Yeah.
T that rhymes with P and it stands for pool.
In River City.
And then we get a wonderful bit.
I'm sorry, I do that every time I hear the word trouble. We got trouble or anything like that.
It's okay.
Anyways.
We get a wonderful bit where the Doctor introduces his companions. Dodo DuPont, Wizard of the Ivory Keys. Stephen Regret, the tenor. And he introduces himself as Dr. Caligari, which leads into a goddamn Doctor Who? Yes, exactly. Joke.
Yeah, Steve. I don't get Stephen
and-
Regret, but Dr. Caligari is a character in a book, I think, or a film, or
yeah.
something. But
Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, I think they're going for.
it's a deep reference.
It's nice. Either way, the Doctor complains with his toothache, and Masterson is like, "Oh, it's your lucky day. Doc Holliday's a dentist. He's right across the street." And then starts the greatest running gag, which I honestly don't know if it was just a fuck up that they kept going with, or if this was intentional. But the Doctor calls Wyatt Earp Mr. Werp, and he keeps doing it over the entire story.
And then other characters refer to him as Mr. Werp as well. So I think.
Wait.
Yeah.
Question: how many seasons did the first Doctor have?
3. This was his last one.
Yeah.
Ooh, is it possible
Well,
that he
yes.
was actually having some issues at the time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, yes, absolutely, yes. That's definitely.
He was having some
But
memory
I think they rolled
problems,
with it.
should we say? But yeah. I think he made the mistake once, and they either thought it was funny and they kept it in, or they just thought they'd run with it, and that's why other people also call him Mr. Werp at some point.
Another good line where Steven's like, well, why did we say that we're Steven Regret? You can't just walk into a Wild West town and say you're from outer space. You'd be arrested for vagrancy. And then Doc Holliday's shop is just a sign. It's just a sign hanging over the awning with a giant tooth.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not a sign with a giant tooth. It just is a giant tooth.
It's
oh
great.
My god, yeah.
So,
I love when he goes into the dental parlor
know,
and Doc's there, and he's getting a snog from Kate, so he's too busy to.
It's so good. Yeah, but Dodo and Steven at this point are gone to book the hotel room while the Doctor is going to get his tooth dealt with. So he goes in. No one's there. He walks into the office. There's Kate and Doc Holliday, and I get to use this word from Dalek, canoodling.
Yeah.
In flagrante delicto, I think you'll find.
But not.
Every week,
right.
Every bloody week with that.
Damn straight.
I was gonna reference what's his face that you got wrong about last week, but I can't even remember his fucking name now. Matt Hancock?
I don't know.
You don't know?
So there's a great bit. There's a great bit where once they're in the surgery and the doctor introduced himself to Doc Holliday, and he says, "I'm going to get the tooth out," and he says, "Have you got any kind of anaesthetic?" He says, "Well, let's see. I can get you some alcohol, or I can crack you on the head with my gun." I love it. God. I love that bit.
It's so good.
Again, Doctor, why would you come to the Wild West? I know you can't really control your TARDIS, but you should have left if you have a toothache.
It's accurate. It is accurate, because they didn't have an anesthetic in those days.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. It's accurate. It's also what did you expect?
Dodo even jokes about it. She's like, I hope he's not hoping for a needle or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, her and Steve were laughing about it as they left.
Well, they won't be laughing for much longer, because in the saloon,
the Clanton brothers are shooting at bottles, just shooting liquor bottles off the bar.
Yeah.
I love how when Dodo and Steven come in after this, the barman's ducked under the bar, and Steven just walks up, he rings the bell on the bar, and the barman's head just peeks up from under the bar.
Yeah.
Hi, Charlie.
And so Charlie the barman, and he asks Dodo and Steven if they want work, because hey, a pianist and a singer, yeah, that could be handy at the bar. And they mention, oh no, we're just booking some rooms for, and then they mention the doctor, which, oh, that perks up the Clantons. Why, we're looking to shoot a doctor now.
Charlie also mentions that the previous pianist got shot the previous week.
Oops.
And of
also,
course, Kate is their singer, and she stepped out to go canoodle, so.
Canoodle.
And also, Steven kind of fucked up here because his cover says he's a tenor, but wait, he has a gun on him. That's pretty suspicious, isn't it?
Yeah, so they now think he is Doc Holliday's partner.
Yeah.
So, then it's just, the story just goes full on comedy errors, because while the doctor's sitting in the office recuperating from his tooth extraction, Seth Harper comes along, and he's like, Doc, is that you? Yeah, what? Oh, Holiday? Yeah, I'm on yeah, that's what I'm
You could say
for,
that,
yeah.
yes.
You can say that. So it's just oopsie doopsie. Seth Harper thinks that the doctor is Doc Holliday, and the real Doc Holliday is hiding in his office listening to the whole thing. And it's like, oh, I see. So Seth Harper's like, yeah, come to the saloon in 5 minutes. Don't be late, boy. Don't be late.
Yep, because they had set a plan in motion where all the rest of the guys were going to wait for the door to open and then immediately shoot the doc.
Yeah.
Oh no, whatever will happen to Doctor Who?
Oh no. But meanwhile, Doc Holliday, seeing an opportunity, is like, oh, hey, why don't you borrow my gun, sir? You know, you gotta have a gun when you're in there. Let's look, it's even got my name on it. See, you just take that and put it in your holster, and I'm gonna give you your hat, and we're just gonna send you on your way. Okay, good luck, goodbye, and good luck. Yeah, see ya. Good luck.
I just love the idea that he's got his name engraved on the gun.
Beautiful.
There are many guns like it.
That's a real thing that people did.
I know.
So.
But this is my gun. There are many guns like it, but this is mine.
He's just setting the doctor up to get the shit blasted out of him in his place.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
And, well, that's part of our cliffhanger for episode 1, but the other part is the Clantons insist that Stephen and Dodo play piano and sing.
Yeah, now,
Yes,
interesting
very
about this
heavily.
scene, it was supposed to be the other way around.
Oh.
In the script, Dodo was the singer, and Stephen the piano player.
But
then Jackie Lynn started singing, and she wasn't very good, so Peter Purvis took over.
Oh. And of course, the song he's singing is the same goddamn song you've been hearing every 5 seconds of the story.
It's meta. It's meta, and I hate it.
It's meta, and I love it.
I don't, because it's the same goddamn song.
Oh God, I love the way that Steven is singing the verse. He gets to the end of a verse, and he tries to turn away, and there's a gun in his face, and he turns right back and goes, "Around on my fingers," and I was just singing again.
I think it's the beginning of part 2. He gets really angry about how to play sing this song all over and over again.
It's
yeah,
like
they play it like 6 times, I think.
I think he sings it
like,
4 times, and then he's
wow,
like,
yeah, you've had to listen to sing it 6 times. We've heard it 15 billion.
and
Fuck
you gotta love the way the cliffhangers work, or they're singing for their lives, and it flashes next episode. Don't shoot the pianist.
So, 60s Doctor Who was silly, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is very silly, but that leads us into episode 2. Don't shoot the pianist.
Hey.
And
So obviously,
Doc
yeah, we're starting with the whole, singing, and all the guys are actually kind of into it. They're not even watching the door anymore, so there's some hope there.
Yeah.
And Doc Holliday is just sitting there thinking, well, it's a shame that old guy's gonna die in 5 minutes. Well, I better change my name and head out of town. Kate, gone back to the Last Chance Saloon. Kate. Oh, shit.
Yeah. So Kate's trying to do the decent thing here and try and help. She doesn't like the fact that Holiday basically set the Doctor up to be killed in his place.
I mean, I wouldn't say she tries to help.
Well, she kind of does.
Kinda and kinda doesn't. It's basically the roller coaster arc we have here is, oh, thank God, this lady saved us from the Clans. Oh, you've got us at gunpoint. Oh, Dodo, okay, I'll play piano then, I guess, and you can sing.
Yeah, Dodo gets ordered off the piano by Kate.
And then
Stephen
Stephen plays the piano.
Yeah.
And Dodo, Kate sings the Ballad of the Last Chance Saloon and gets into it and starts dancing. Everyone's dancing along with her. Yeehaw, yeehaw.
And then the Doctor walks in.
Big mistake.
Just a bit.
So, it's just comedy errors bullshit. It's just like, oh, hey, Doc, well, we've been waiting for you. and the Doctor tries to deny it, but he's obviously got Doc Holliday's gun with the name on it, and he's just like, now, I know it looks like it's Holiday, but if you just let me explain, it's a really funny story here.
Yeah.
And Kate isn't helping at all.
No.
And like part of their discussion is also, the Doctor has all this knowledge of history and everything. So at some point, when the boys introduce themselves, he realizes, oh shit, I know who the Clantons are, and I know who Doc Holliday is.
I'm in trouble.
Right here in River City.
Oops.
Why you stop the River City?
Listen. Y'all like the River City bit better than the ballad.
He knew he was the trouble when he walked in. Right, moving on. Okay, Quinn Sindel.
I'm so glad I'm moving out of this house. My neighbors must hate me.
Yeah, possibly, with screams like that.
At least Rain screamed in the pillow last week.
Well,
Yeah.
sadly, on my soundboard, I do not have a goat scream. Now that's going to be coming.
Oh, no.
Oh, good. Well, so shit goes south real quickly.
Yeah, Harper gets shot in the hand,
Ow.
and the Doctor
By-
possibly shot him, possibly didn't.
Well, he has his gun out, and he's basically like, this is like a stick up and stuff.
Alright,
over
so
there, guys.
I do not know if this is true or not, but this is according to TARDIS Wiki, so grain of salt, or, a cup of salt, whatever you want to take it with. At this point, Holiday has entered through a side door or back door or something like that, and he's on the stairs listening to what's going on. It says here that the Doctor is brandishing a gun, but Holiday has this tiny little side piece that he has, and it says here that he's the one who shot the gun out of Harper's.
That is correct.
Yeah, that's how I took it, because Doc Holliday is a quick draw shot.
That is confirmed in dialogue later on.
Yeah, okay. And the way he did it makes it look like the Doctor did it. So it's like, oh shit, you're only making it look worse. And to make things even worse, Dodo catches Doc Holliday, and Doc Holliday has her at gunpoint. And then Wyatt Earp and friends come in, all right, break it up. The Doctor gets arrested by Mr. Werp.
Yeah, and Mr. Werp, you've got to be saying that now. Wyatt Earp knows he's not Doc Holliday, but he arrests him as Doc Holliday.
Yeah.
He protect him from the clan.
It is strange how the Doctor is manipulated quite a bit in the first two parts of this serial.
Yeah, it's like there's all these people who are friends with Doc Holliday who sort of not only help the Doctor, but also screw him over even further, because they're just establishing the fact that he is quote-unquote Doc Holliday, but Wyatt Earp is basically taking him to jail because, the clans can't get him in jail.
Yeah, protective custody.
And poor Steven, he just sits there and watches the Doctor get arrested, and once they're gone, the Clantons are like, hey, what do we do with Holliday's accomplice? Oh, shit.
And that
Anyways,
goes some places. But yeah, then we get the scene where Doc Holliday confirms he shot Seth Harper in the hand.
Yeah.
Or the gun out of his hand, and not the Doctor. Because the Doctor wouldn't have done that anyway. He didn't know how to handle a gun in that incarnation.
So, Holiday, Kate, and Dodo are sort of hiding out upstairs in the saloon in one of the hotel rooms. And eventually, Holiday decides to leave the place and try to get some booze.
Because he's thirsty.
Yeah.
But he heads back to his dentist practice to get some booze, and Mr. Werp is waiting for him. And it's basically like, Holiday, you better get the fuck out of town.
This is weird, because Holiday and Wyatt Earp, from what I know from history, were friends.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And Holiday was a great help to Earp.
Yep.
So it's strange that in this retelling of the story, they're basically making it like Holiday isn't liked by Wyatt Earp. It's actually seen as an obstacle by Wyatt Earp.
I kind of saw it as an acrimonious friendship sort of thing. Frenemy, if you will.
Yeah, maybe.
But he's basically warning Holiday. But, warning him, giving him a fair chance to get out of town, but also strongly encouraging him to get out of town.
Let me try to explain a little bit about their relationship. So, obviously, they were friends in real life. And they are technically friends here inside the show as well. However, the way the show presents Doc Holliday is that he's an outlaw, or at least a former outlaw. That's not entirely true of the real person.
No.
He was essentially accused of something he did not do by a very angry woman. Essentially what happened was these two people got her really drunk, and she signed an affidavit saying that he had, like, robbed a stagecoach.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It obviously didn't go that well.
I can imagine.
Yeah. Eventually the gunfight happened. So he was genuinely a good guy, but in this, they're making him out to be a quote-unquote bad guy who Wyatt Earp happened to run with.
He's more of a roguish character in this, isn't he?
Yeah, so I think the basic idea of what is going on is that Wyatt Earp has to follow the law now because he is a lawman. So he can't just let Doc Holliday do whatever the hell he wants. 4.
Yeah,
later on
it becomes funny in the later parts.
Yeah. But
so what you're saying is, according to history, Doc Holliday is not entirely villainous.
I knew that was coming. You son of a bitch.
Yeah, pretty much. But that's just what I think the basic idea is. Wyatt Earp knows that he needs to get Doc out of town, or else there's going to be a bunch of illegal shit going on, and he might have to arrest his friend. And there's also the idea of, I don't want you to actually get shot, so why don't you just leave before trouble finds everybody, please?
There is a rather interesting bit where after he's been given the warning by Wyatt Earp, he's talking with Kate in the room saying, we need to leave town, I don't want to kill a friend.
Yeah. So, meanwhile, back at the saloon, Steven is basically getting tricked by the Clantons. They're just like, oh, we know that's not Doc Holliday. You should break him out of jail so we can save your friend. We don't want to gun him down. We know he's not Holliday. Honest, here, take this gun and pass it to him from behind the bars so he can break out of jail and escape.
Yeah. They mistake something that Steven says about the doctor as that he's going to plan a jailbreak. So they're like, we'll help you.
Yeah.
Tonight there's gonna be a jailbreak somewhere in the town.
Oh boy, it's a full musical. Yeah.
You're feeling very very musical tonight, aren't you, Kat?
I know so many songs you don't even know.
I can believe that.
Be glad I don't have Big Iron on my soundboard.
I can believe that. So,
you know so many songs that it's astounding.
Time is fleeting.
Oh my god.
Madness takes its
toll. Yeah,
but listen closely.
It's the
Not
time.
for very much longer.
It's the Time Werp.
All right. I've got to keep control. Okay.
Let's do the Time Werp again, right? So.
Right. Well. The Clantons are basically, after Steven leaves, the Clantons are like, just in case he doesn't believe us, go follow him and make sure he does it.
Yeah.
And this is where I thought at first that Steven was just being, a complete gullible idiot, but he really doesn't buy it. He's just, going along with it because it'll get the doctor out of jail.
See, at this point I was thinking, okay, there's no way he's this stupid, but he's acting so stupid that now I'm kind of scared that he isn't stupid.
You know what isn't stupid? Hey, Kat, you know what time it is? Hit that button!
Is it a certain...
Doctor alert! Whoop, 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 whoop. And this is a rare case in the story. We actually have a double Doctor Who mirror alert, because there is a scene wherein we see a large mirror on the wall as we see Dodo doing Kate's hair. But Kate is also holding a hand mirror.
Yeah.
In the scene. It's 2 mirrors.
It's mirrorception. Womp.
Womp, 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 womp.
I can't do the sound.
I don't have that sound.
I didn't think you did.
We also learned that Kate has a sort of a thing for lawless gunmen. He name drops Billy the Kid, Jesse James, Johnny Ringo. I'm sure that last one will come up later.
Does Kate react to Johnny Ringo?
I don't recall.
That's a bit strange. She doesn't, but
Yeah. Well, Stephen, meanwhile, hands the doctor the gun from the back of the jail cell that he's in. And the doctor has this great line where it's just like, people keep giving me guns. I really wish they wouldn't.
yeah. And then he immediately gives the gun to Wyatt Earp.
Right, but the Clantons, meanwhile, are enacting the second stage of their big plan, which is whipping up a mob into a frenzy so they hang the doctor.
Oh god, this hits a little differently in 2021.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, just a tiny bit.
Lots of angry
I don't know
people.
if it's a good thing or a bad thing that there's no people of color in this episode.
Good thing, I would say.
Considering what happened before this episode, the serial, it's probably a good
I mean, have you seen Blazing Saddles?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Blazing Saddles is a parody of it's critiquing racism. It's poking fun at racism.
It sure does say that. It sure does say the gamer word a lot.
I know, but I would contend that
Blazing Saddles is actually kind of good.
It's a great film, but I would say it's not so much racist as holding up a mirror. Yes, you can use that to racism.
Hey, okay. So what you're saying is it's a better story about racism.
Infinitely better than that.
Especially since they actually hire people of the ethnicity that they're supposed to be playing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
the whole joke is that the racist townspeople are moronic. Unfortunately, there are people that will watch Blazing Saddles think the racist townspeople are the good guys.
Hint, hint, M. Night Shyamalan. Also, yes, I saw that you have a new movie coming out. What the fuck?
People of the common clay. Morons.
Gene Wilder is so good in that film. Look at that, steady as a rock. Yeah, but I shoot with this hand.
Okay. Enough about Blazing Saddles. The point is, they're gonna kill the doctor, and they basically tie up Stephen, and it's just like, well, if we don't get Holiday out of the jail, we're gonna hang somebody tonight.
Yeah, Regret will get his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we get a murder.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Well, it could be argued self-defense because he's going for a gun, but Doc Holliday's getting out of town.
A little B.
Yeah, Doc Holliday's getting out of town. He's coming down the steps of the saloon. Then Kate makes a big mistake and calls him Doc.
Yep.
Seth Harper.
And it just so happens Harper happened to stay behind.
Harper was in the saloon, so he overhears it, and then as he's coming down the stairs, he says, "Excuse me, are you Doc Holliday?" And much like in Ghostbusters, someone says, "Oh, you a god?" You say yes. So he sort of is hesitant. Harper pulls a gun. Holiday is quick on the draw, and Harper is shot dead.
Yep.
And at this point, it's basically, Kate, get some horses. No, get 3 horses, because Dodo's got to come with us.
Yeah, she's not happy about this.
She's not, and that gets her out of town for a bit.
I still don't get why he had to take Dodo with them.
He's trying to save her.
Yeah, but all she has to do is just run upstairs and, just hide or something.
She'll get shot or arrested.
No, she wouldn't, because all she would have to do is just say to, Wyatt Earp that she saw Doc Holliday shoot him. And
then she get arrested because Wyatt Earp will protect Doc Holliday.
Well, yeah, but all she has to do is just tell him, and then he'll be like, okay, we're just hush hush, goodbye, so long, you're fine, bye.
Possibly, but the cliffhanger then to this second part is wild.
Yeah. Go for it.
So the cliffhanger is basically mob vigilante justice about to be carried out. So
oh boy,
they've got Masterson and Wyatt have got back to the jail where the doctor is. The doctor just gets out of his cell. He never was actually in it to begin with. Yeah, it was never locked to begin with. He could go out at any time.
Yeah.
And so Masterson and Earp are there go, "What the hell are you doing, Doc?" Is like, they got Stephen. I've got to go out there and reason with him. If you reason with him, you'll be up on a lamppost before 5 seconds are up. So it's a dilemma. Go out and subject himself to lynching by the mob whipped up by the Clantons, or let Stephen hang at his place.
And then he also has the twin dilemma of Dodo being gone.
Yes.
Well done. He doesn't know about Dodo yet, but yes. That's very good. And by good, I mean the opposite.
We'll have to solve that dilemma in the next exciting episode. Right now!
Yay, Johnny Ringo! Which is
Johnny
also the name
Ringo!
of this episode.
This is Johnny Ringo, episode 3 of the Gunfighters.
And trust me, they'll remind you several times this is about Johnny Ringo because they won't shut up about him.
There's a video out there of every time the title of a Doctor Who story is mentioned from 1963 to 2019. And it includes the individual episode titles too. So in this video, there's just this unbroken streak of the Battle of the Last Chance Saloon saying, Johnny Ringo, Johnny Ringo, Johnny Ringo, Johnny Ringo.
Literally, there's only 2 times in that sequence where it's someone speaking and not the fucking song.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we'll get to that.
And they're both in this particular episode.
But we have before we meet Johnny Ringo, we have the tiny, small dilemma of, Stephen Regret about to be hung. Which we need to resolve. Yeah, that. How are we going to get out of that?
Well, thankfully, Wyatt Earp has a plan.
Yeah.
Mr. Werp's got some action.
And his plan is to have Bat Masterson just talk the mob to death.
Essentially, yeah.
Seriously, he talks the hindless of this goddamn elephant.
Well, I mean, Wyatt Earp needs to sneak around behind everybody, so he's using him as a distraction.
I was going to say, okay. Masterson might as well just say, I'm a distraction.
It's okay, talking is a free action.
Oh, that reminds me, I need to actually get together that D&D game at some point.
Yes! Oh, that's... What? Wait, oh, shit. Didn't I pick some sort of elf that had something to do with mirrors or some shit? Yeah, probably. I don't remember. I'll have to refresh my memory on that. It's vaguely coming to me, but it has nothing to do with the fact that Mr. Werp is now, this is great, actually. The way he sneaks up on... I think he sneaks up on Phineas. Clanton?
Yeah, Phineas.
Yeah.
But the way it goes is... I just keep calling him Mr. Werp, but he takes off the guy's hat, conks him on the head with the butt of his gun, and puts the hat back on before he falls down unconscious.
Well, you can't ruin the man's hat.
Oh,
that's a crime punishable by death in the Wild West, don't you know?
Yeah. So, he knocks out Finn, and, he's got his gun, and he's like, okay, this party's over. Get the fuck out of here, y'all.
I like how none of the mob saw him.
Steven, which is good.
There was 30 people in that mob, and not one of them saw him.
He got a 20 on the stealth check. What do you want?
I think we lost him.
Are you being paid by Gary Gygax or something?
There's an opening in my D&D group if you want to join.
Are you being paid off by the Gary Gygax Foundation or something here?
I wish. Then I'd have money.
Okay, so
I remember money.
He clubs Phineas on the head, and then the mob disperses, and Stephen is taken off the noose, and he, Mr. Werp, Masterson, and Charlie the bartender carry him to the jail because Charlie the bartender was seen earlier because he told the Clantons something very stupid. He told them that the Doctor wasn't Doc Holliday.
And now he showed up to say, hey guys, he basically walks up and says, hey guys, I'm Charlie the barman. Your friend Seth Harper's dead. The real Doc Holliday shot him dead in the Last Chance Saloon.
Yeah.
Oh, Charlie, which is still less times than the amount of times the song mentions him.
Thankfully, we don't get like a eulogy for Seth Harper in the song, so that's good at least. But
they'll make up for that in a bit.
Yeah, we don't get one for him, but we get one for somebody else 3 times in a row.
It's okay. He's a bad guy. He doesn't count.
What? Me still pissed off about the song? No, not at all.
I know. Then we meet another one of the Clanton gang.
Oh, God.
Pa Clanton.
Yay, Pa!
Now, this person was actually dead a few weeks before the OK Corral took place. In real life. But in this version, he's alive and well, and it's kind of the instigator.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, to be fair, I don't think we ever actually mentioned it. The real instigator was Doc Holliday shot one of their brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Ruben.
They got a little mad about that, weirdly enough.
That's mentioned in part 1, but yes.
Yeah. Oh, there's another bit we missed following up on the whole Werp thing, where Steven actually accidentally slips and calls Wyatt Werp, and he's just like, Erp.
And that's why I think it might have been added to the script after the first time Hartnell got it wrong.
Yeah, that because unlike Hartnell, Peter Purvis wasn't suffering from any ill health that would cause.
There are quite a few flub lines, particularly in part 3.
Yeah,
and in fairness, most of them are not doctors. So
Pa Clanton wants the best of the best to get that Doc Holliday once and for all. He wants Johnny Ringo.
Johnny Ringo, you say?
Dun, dun,
Johnny
dun.
Ringo.
Not Johnny Ringo. Who's Johnny Ringo?
He's Johnny Ringo. $500, which is probably a fucking fortune in Old West money.
He also insults his own sons because he says you're not capable of doing this.
Yeah, actually, that would have been a huge amount of money.
It would have.
And well, once
also, we could also call Johnny Ringo Sir not appearing in the actual gunfight.
Yeah, because he wasn't there.
No.
But I think that he was killed by Doc Holliday later on.
Maybe.
I think. I would need to confirm that.
But he was a real person.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a theory that it could have been either Wyatt Earp, Doc Holliday, Michael O'Rourke, or Frank Leslie.
Yeah. Fair enough. So they don't actually know who killed him.
Right. They just know that he did.
Oh, he did for sure.
Oh, his actual name is Johnny Ringo. It's not a pseudonym.
Nope. And apparently the coroner originally ruled it as a suicide.
Damn.
Yeah, and they never found who actually did it. You're absolutely right. So, while that's all going on then, the Doctor and Stephen go back to the saloon to find Dodo, who's not there.
Charlie the barman helpfully says, she left.
Charlie the narc, I think you'll find.
Oh, God.
He just snitches on everybody, this damn barman.
But yeah, Dodo left with Doc Holliday.
We got it down to 2 people, Johnny Tightlips or Charlie the Squealer.
Johnny Tightlips, where were you hurt? I ain't saying nothing.
What do I tell the Doctor? Tell him to go suck a lemon.
Christ. But, well, we then see, off in another town, the trio arrive at another saloon to hunker down in a little hotel. So Holiday, Dodo, and Kate check in, and Holiday then goes down to get some breakfast or dinner or whatever, something to eat, and you just hear gunshots. And he walks up with a tray of food. The gentleman who had this lost his appetite.
Yeah, he says, I ran to an old friend who kind of lost his appetite.
Jesus Christ.
A man is dead.
It's like, I'll say that this is the one bad thing about the black and white footage, is that sometimes it's really hard to tell when it's supposed to be daytime or nighttime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
especially now because everything's just dark outside of all the windows.
There is a bit in the saloon I forgot to mention, which is really quite kind of funny because the barman and Stephen are talking about Doc Holliday, and the Doctor says, "I'm a friend of Doc Holliday. He took out my tooth and gave me a gun." That's the Doctor's barometer of friendship these days.
That's something.
Oh, jeez.
Also, Dodo's got a cowboy hat that she got from nowhere.
My dear boy, do you think I care so little for you that you give me a gun would make any difference?
All right. You get that one.
Thank you. Thank you. You're too kind. So, why don't we, if we don't have anything else to talk about, why don't we talk about the title character of the episode?
Yeah, Johnny Ringo enters the saloon.
And Charlie the barman damn near pisses himself at the sight of him.
Yeah, unfortunately for Charlie, he also says his name, Johnny Ringo. And Johnny Ringo ain't too happy about that.
No.
Johnny Ringo ain't too happy when folks who talk to Johnny Ringo call him Johnny Ringo.
Well, it's not even that. It's just the fact that he knew who Johnny Ringo was. Seriously, if you're playing the drinking game, do not do it whenever we say Johnny Ringo.
No, do not do that.
Because for some reason, we can never just say Johnny. It has to be Johnny Ringo.
Don't do that anyway, because I'm going to be drunk if England lose tonight.
Oh, England! Score some fucking goals!
Put a shirt on, please.
We're gonna get a message at like 3 a.m. for us, where it's just him going, "Yeah, we won.
That's assuming we do win, but
yeah.
3 a.m.
Also, you made me break my promise about not talking about the football. I'm sorry about that. So
I started.
Yeah, you did.
Technically, I started it.
You were the instigators, but I still let it slip, so I apologise. But yeah, Charlie tells Ringo that the Clantons want to hire him for some job.
Job to go after Wyatt Earp, and then Ringo's like, "Well, that's none of my business. I want Doc Holliday."
Yeah, I've already got a target. I'm after Doc Holliday, and then Charlie makes the biggest mistake of his life and the last.
Oops.
So yeah, Ringo says, "How do you know my name?" And then he's like, "Don't ever use my name again." He says, "I won't." No, you're right. And he just shoots him dead. And Charlie, who's got a bottle of alcohol in his hand, just slumps dead over the bar.
Oh, it's way worse than that, because essentially what happens is that Ringo is like, "Well, I want to go after Doc Holliday," and Charlie's like, "Oh, well, what a coincidence. They also want to go after Doc Holliday." And Ringo gets like really mad about this, saying, "Doc Holliday is mine, excuse you."
Yeah.
And there's a little bit more of, Charlie being completely terrified and Ringo being an asshole. So Charlie's like, "I promise I won't tell anybody," and that's when Ringo shoots him.
Yeah, because Charlie really needs to learn to keep his mouth shut.
Yeah. And here we get the first instance where they sing about Charlie dead.
Oh my god.
Yep.
First of 3.
3 different times they use the same lyric.
Yeah. And they just have like a slow pan, like a slow zoom out over the top of his dead body. It's really macabre.
Yeah. Oh god.
Well, actually, the really macabre part is in the morning when he gets found.
Oh god, yeah. But
yeah, that's fucked up.
Back to Doc Holliday then.
Oh, this is one of the more memorable scenes of the story for me, and part of why I picked it to
this is one of Dodo's finest moments.
I would call it one of Dodo's finest moments, yes. He is not happy about being dragged off to another town with Doc Holliday and friends. And she wants to go back to her friends. So she picks up Doc Holliday's gun and aims it at him.
Yeah.
And she's like, I swear I will shoot you if you don't take me back. And he says, "Well, how are you going to get back if you shoot me dead?" And she replies, "Well, I'll just shoot you in the arm." So he returns with, "Well, you're aiming at my head currently."
Yeah. Remember we said about trigger discipline with Stephen earlier? Yeah, Dodo, get some trigger discipline.
Well, she's never handled a gun, but she's trying her best.
It's still really funny because after Doc Holliday replies that yes, he will take her back, like immediately, Toto's just like, oh, thank goodness, I really didn't want to shoot you, and hands him back his gun.
Yeah.
And then Doc Holliday replies, I didn't want to shoot you either.
And Dodo
He
faints.
pulls out his side piece.
And
Dodo faints.
Faints.
Oh.
It is kind of adorable, though. I mean, yeah, all right. It's a kind of a damsel thing to do, but
I mean, the fact that she held the guy at gunpoint is more damsel-y than a lot of Doctor Who companions.
and she held him at gunpoint because he lied about getting her back to her friends. Initially.
I mean, the good part about all this, though, is that she impresses Doc Holliday to the point where he actually keeps his word and starts taking her back.
He's so impressed he messes up his line to Kate.
He's basically like, that's the first time I've ever been out Fox.
I have just been beaten to the draw for the first time.
Yeah.
Because they didn't retake flub lines in these days.
Well, it's the morning after, and our folks are heading to the Last Chance Saloon. Good morning, Charlie.
Oh my God.
What the fuck?
A body has been discovered.
Hang on.
We got the stuff.
That'll do, yeah.
Well, a body's been discovered. Charlie the barman is dead in the Charlie the barman is dead in the shroud, as the song will help you tell.
Okay, that's enough.
Okay. Okay. Wait, do you do that whenever I say a body has been discovered? You do. I see. A body has been period.
I'm trying not to laugh. Oh my God, I'm crying. Right.
But in all seriousness, Charlie the bartender dead. God damn it!
You should never have said last week, oh, I've got the it sound effect. No, I haven't. Don't give her ideas.
I didn't get...
One of us might give her ideas.
Christ.
Oh, you
that.
both always give me ideas, and then you regret them.
One of us
almost
might have been
immediately.
me, but let's move on.
Let's move on. Go, Brainiac, move us along, please.
Yeah, so, but not just Charlie's body, but also Ringo is in the saloon, just sitting there.
Sitting there watching the body slowly decompose, I guess.
Yeah?
Oh. Well, that doesn't make me think of anything.
And Stephen is onto it
especially
immediately. Why did you
considering-
shoot him? Oh, I didn't shoot him. Doc Holliday killed him.
That doesn't make me think of anything, especially considering Kat's icon.
And then for some reason... Stop. And then for some reason, Ringo enlists Stephen to come and help him track down Doc Holliday.
Yeah, this is a bit of a weird turn.
A very weird turn. It
Yeah.
does go somewhere, but
Yeah, eventually it does.
he's kind
Either
of
way,
under
Ringo is
protest
just-
because Ringo says to him, "I'll shoot you to get in my way." So
Yeah,
it's not an equal partnership, shall we say?
no.
No, not really.
But Ringo's pretty much claiming that only Doc Holliday would shoot the barman, so he's sort of like pushing all of the blame off of himself onto Holliday. So this fits the Among Us thing even more because now he's, saying a crewmate did it.
Sus, yeah.
Wah.
Warren,
Which, by the way, that tactic doesn't always work. So use it with caution.
especially not with 15-player lobbies they've just introduced this week. So
I don't even know
Actually,
how to...
surprisingly, that has worked a couple of times for me. With
that's going to be
15-player lobbies.
crazy, by the way, when they get going with the 15-player games.
They've been going for a while now. I've been playing them.
Oh, I thought they'd added them just this past day, but
No, they've been going for like a couple of weeks now.
fair enough.
So now you can tell 14 other people to buy Back to the 11th Hour by Christmas and get ejected.
I don't even know 14 other people.
Doing it for the content, right?
Worth it. Totally worth it.
It was totally worth it. Where are my notes? Yeah, so another Earp has entered the town of Tombstone. Warren Earp. Also didn't take part in the
Wyatt's
gunfight.
younger brother.
Yeah, also didn't take part in the gunfight at the OK Corral, but never mind.
Yeah, he died later.
He was shot,
Spoilers.
just not the OK Corral. But he's here. His other brothers are not available. They're off doing something else. Morgan and Virgil?
Virgil.
Yeah, Morgan and Virgil. They're busy elsewhere. Warren wants to help.
Which is also a lie because Virgil comes around in the 4th episode.
Yes, he does. But Warren wants to fight with his brother Wyatt and Bat Masterson, but they say no, you're too young. So instead, he's left to guard Phineas in the jail. Problem.
Well, they have to go and check out Charlie because the doctor just came in and said that Charlie's dead, and that Doc Holliday is suspected of killing him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
Speaking of
Although
Doc Holliday,
he looks around and is like, I've seen this fella before. He was just in the saloon. It turns out to be the wanted poster of Johnny Ringo. So, of course, Wyatt and his companion are just like, oh, fuck.
yeah,
That's all we fucking need.
Johnny Ringo. And speaking of Johnny Ringo,
What is Johnny Ringo up to?
he
Johnny
and Stephen
Ringo?
have found Doc. Or rather, they found Kate, because they go...
There's one you can put on your soundboard.
As the song fucking tells us, he found Kate.
Yeah, the song tells us several times that he found Kate.
Put in Johnny Ringo on the soundboard. It's the song.
Oh, God, no.
Oh, God, yes.
No, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to put some fucking lyrics from the song on my soundboard.
I mean, if you want to torture yourself, go ahead, but...
It's no. So, as we said, Johnny Ringo has found Kate, as the song reminds you.
Yeah.
And also a reminder, Kate also used to have a fling with Johnny Ringo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just saying.
So he was looking for Doc, but he found Kate. The singing of the plot is getting way too much by now, and then Kate is trying to lie to Ringo, saying, "Oh, Doc took off with a girl in tow for New Mexico." Ringo doesn't buy it. He basically takes Kate back to Tombstone under protest.
Actually, they kind of do buy it. Because he kind of does buy it, because later on, Pa says that he thought Doc Holliday was on his way to New Mexico. And he goes back in order to help with Wyatt Earp.
Yeah.
Not
Right.
Doc Holliday.
And then our cliffhanger, well, we've just met the youngest Earp, and now we're about to say goodbye to him because...
Hey, yeah, Phineas tries to pull, it feels like a classic trick. Gosh, Warren, you should really look behind you. It's something really interesting just behind you. You'd think it's setting up for him to, knock him over the head or something, but no, the Clantons really are behind him.
Yeah.
In an ambush with guns, and they want the keys to the cell. But Warren makes the mistake of trying to go for the gun instead of the keys, and he's...
Yeah, they probably shot him anyway, but... And that's that literally is our cliffhanger.
And that leads us into episode 4, the OK Corral.
And we get it, Doctor Who. Charlie the barman's dead.
Yeah, did you guys know that Charlie the barman is dead and under a shroud?
No, I had absolutely no idea. Maybe they should play the song fucking lyric again so then they could tell us.
So he's now laid out on his own bar.
God.
Under a sheet or a shroud.
Which is completely unsanitary, but it was the Wild
The doctor
West,
actually touches his corpse when he instead of puts his hand on the bar and his hand touches the corpse, he just pulls it away again quickly. That's a nice little character moment.
Yeah.
The doctor's also deputized at this point.
Yeah, this is just a town called Mercy. Without the robot.
The robot.
I kind of spoiled what I was going to say in my overall thoughts, but it kind of is a little bit.
Yeah.
A little, yeah.
Also, as Kat alluded to, Virgil shows up.
Yay!
Yeah. Now, he was a sheriff.
Yeah.
He was genuinely a sheriff.
Yeah, it's just most of these people tended to be in Dodge City. That's where Doc Holliday had his actual dental practice, was in Dodge City. They just came to the OK Corral to help, Wyatt with the whole thing.
Yeah, I think he's the sheriff of Dodge City, is he? Or
In this, he's the sheriff of Dodge City. I don't actually remember.
It's okay.
He was
It's okay. I think they get the point that quite a few facts were changed here.
Yeah, essentially.
Especially when we get to the titular gunfight at the OK Corral, but
yeah,
baby steps.
well, either way, Masterson has figured out Ringo's more than likely the guy who actually killed Charlie. Earp is like, Doctor, you were actually pretty good when you first met the Clantons. You know what I'm going to do for you? I'm going to give you a badge and a gun. You're deputized.
he doesn't want it.
No.
No.
Oh God! Everyone keeps giving him guns.
I think he even
But
says that,
the
doesn't he?
man who would never.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, right. Anyway, the Clantons are very happy about what they've done. They tell their father.
And they tell Johnny Ringo as well.
And Johnny Ringo's pissed about it.
Oh, fuck, now you dumbasses have gone and done it.
Yeah, Parsons,
Now
that
it's
war will
war.
definitely be declared now.
Which, well, that's pretty much what happens.
And Ringo says, right, so now... Oh, no, that's later on, never mind. So, yeah, war will be declared, and actually, Warren's isn't quite
alive.
dead.
Yeah. He lived long enough to...
Yet.
He lived long enough to deliver poetic dialogue.
I feel happy.
And then he died.
Ugh.
So now Wyatt Earp is pissed. He wants blood. To hell with the law. It's time to get some vengeance.
Yeah. And I like the little thing here between him and Masterson. Like, Masterson says, well, I'm not going to stop you, but I want no part of this. Like, I understand your need for revenge. I get it. He was your brother. He's been killed in cold blood. I understand all that. But I do not want to be party to you renouncing the law and taking the law into your own hands.
Yeah, and it comes to a point, I think it's a little bit later on, where Masterson's like, one last time, are you sure you want to do this? And, Earp, of course, says yes. And so he's like, all right, I don't condone it, but good luck.
Yeah.
Basically.
He will not be at the gunfight, but he also will not do anything to Wyatt Earp should he survive. You get the feeling.
Yeah.
Or he'll give him enough time to get out of town, maybe, like Wyatt tried to get Doc to get out of town.
Honestly, with how much trouble the Clantons are and what apparently their master plan actually is, which is to essentially take over the town, I don't think Masterson would have, said anything had all the Clantons died anyways.
No, but he is the sheriff, so...
Yeah, but you have to remember he's friends with Earp, and it's the Wild West, and it's America.
And that does actually... The fact that he's
Nepotism.
friends with Earp actually does play into the fact that the Clantons don't play ball later on, but...
Yeah.
We've got two people with the Clantons and Johnny Ringo. Stephen's there, and also Kate. Now, Stephen is a hostage.
So is Kate,
Kate
technically.
is kind of a hostage, but she's also going along with it. I think just to
it's
ensure her
like
safety.
Ringo was pissed off about the fact that, she refused him, so he just sort of brought her along
Yeah.
for everything.
And I think she's going along with it just to save her own skin, so...
Yeah, sounds about right.
Sensible.
But either way, Virgil approaches. And Ringo actually recognizes who he is and gets the hell out of there so that Virgil doesn't see him and give away the idea that the Clans and Ringo are, together.
Yeah,
about that.
The Earps quickly
a
figure
little
out that Ringo is working with the Clantons.
Mostly because the doctor fucking tells them.
Well, it's not just that. He makes a rather big mistake. He leaves his horse outside and Virgil sees it.
Whoops.
It's like,
Oops.
that's Johnny Ringo's horse. Well, Johnny Ringo's here, is he? Oh.
I'm surprised by the fact that he actually recognized the fucking horse.
I know, that's a bit
seriously.
strange, but so there's an attempt by well, there's no attempt to mediate. There is going to be a gunfight, but they basically said, meet us here at sunup at the OK Corral, or we'll come and get you. So the Clintons agree to
We're
this.
gonna have a hootenanny.
Ringo, damn hootenanny. Mario Party 2, why? Ringo has stayed outside this entire time. Stephen is trying to make a break for it. Kate tells him not to do it because he'll be shot down before he even gets there, before he even gets to the door. Then Ringo comes back when Virgil's left. It's like, right, you idiots, I'm in charge now.
You forgot, Virgil also asks Steve whose side he's on, and Steven's like, I support you guys, but I'm kind of tied up here at the moment.
I think one of the Clintons pulls a gun on him, but
Pa does.
Yeah, Pa does. The shotgun. He's got a shotgun.
But either way, at the very least, Virgil is able to tell everybody that, there are hostages involved.
Yes. Again, that does become important later on as well, but
Yes.
So Ringo's back. It's like, you idiots, I'm in charge now. We're going to do it my way. And his way is to be a sneaky bastard.
Which the clans don't like, because apparently they're very honorable, and they don't like the idea of shooting people in the back or unarmed or anything like that.
So his plan is basically, you guys are going to get out in front and be bait, and I'm going to hide. And when the Earps show up, I'm going to shoot them from behind.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
So, the Earps, well, I mean, Johnny Ringo is a pretty good gunman, so they'd need a real good gunman on their side in secret to even the odds out, if you will. Oh, hi, Doc Holliday. How you doing?
I was going to say hi,
what
Dodo,
a coincidence.
but...
He's back.
Yeah, and Dodo's with him because, well, he kept his word.
I love Dodo's little entrance that she does here. She walks in, she flourishes Doc's gun about, and he just takes it off of her. You picked the right one to honour Jackie Lane's memory, I will say.
Yeah, she was fantastic.
She has some very good moments in this, and that's one of them.
It's like, I really wish I could watch some more stuff with her in it, but unfortunately, some of those are just, not there. It's weird how there's no episodes before this.
And the one that is not worth it.
It's weird how there's no episodes before this at all, not even ones that still technically exist.
That's really weird, isn't it?
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
By unfortunate, I mean the opposite. But
well, the Earps asked the doctor then to give one last try at mediation. Go talk to the Clantons to get everything called off.
Oh, you've missed an important bit there.
Oh,
it's not the Earps that asked for mediation. That's Masterson. But before that, Holiday offers his assistance at the gunfight. Virgil actually turns him down, saying,
doesn't want to fight with an outlaw.
Yeah, I know he's a friend of yours, but I don't want to fight alongside an outlaw. Kind of a dickish move because he's trying to help you.
Yeah.
And they know it's
also,
4-on-2.
He wasn't actually an outlaw, so
no, he wasn't. But again, historical inaccuracy in this series is kind of par for the course. But then, I can't remember who says it. I think is it the Doctor?
Says what?
That Kate is. Oh no, it's Virgil. Virgil says that Kate was with Johnny Ringo.
Yeah.
Was with the Clantons, and that gets Doc fired up.
It's like, I don't care what you say, I'm going to go after her.
Yeah, he basically says, I don't care if you want me there or not. I'll be at the OK Corral. I'll be at your side. So the fight is set. It's going to be the Clanton brothers and Johnny Ringo versus Doc Holliday and Wyatt and Virgil Earp.
Big fight.
But before the big fight can take place, Masterson now makes the one attempt to try and get it to stop.
And so the Doctor heads up to the Clantons' hideout to talk to Pa Clanton about this. And, he's basically like, call this thing off. There's no need of this. Yeah, well, me and my boys want our vengeance. Yeah, well, your boys and Johnny Ringo is fucked because the Earps got Doc Holliday on their side, so...
Yeah,
y'all gonna lose.
And that seems to shake Pa's confidence.
Yeah, just a bit, especially considering that Ringo and the boys already left, so he can't exactly go and warn them that it's happening.
Plus, he also the Doctor also informs him that the Earps know about Johnny Ringo. So that little element of surprise is out the window.
Yeah. Oh, we should also mention that while they were discussing this in the previous scene, Doc also said that he would hang back and see what Ringo was going to do. So essentially, we have the Clintons, and then we have the Earps, and then we have Ringo, and then we have Doc.
Yeah.
In that order.
That's exactly it.
So, here it is. The gunfight at the OK Corral.
The historical inaccuracies of the gunfight at the OK Corral.
Yeah.
Yep.
But then again, continuity is Doctor Who's biggest
So this is
enemy,
kind of hard to sort of talk about in a review capacity, but basically, the Clintons do what Ringo suggested. So they go out in front, they start firing, there were shots on stormtroopers.
The Earps just don't give a fuck. They just walk straight ahead, even as the Clantons are. They just do not give a single fuck. Because these guys can't hit for shit.
Yeah. Anyway, it's time for that Johnny Ringo ambush.
Johnny Ringo!
He tries to get the jump on Doc Holliday. He almost succeeds, actually, but then Dodo comes out of nowhere. And
with
shouts...
the RKO!
The RK Dodo.
Alright, you know what? Just for you.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
But yeah, Dodo tries to stop Johnny Ringo, and well, she technically does stop him, but then he takes her as a hostage.
Yeah. A human shield.
And he's like, you're gone, Holiday, or the girl gets it. And Doc Holliday throws down his gun. But Doc Holliday also has that little pea shooter in his coat. So when
Dodo decides to, throw Ringo to the ground, he wastes no time and just shoots him dead.
And that's the end of Johnny Ringo.
Yeah, and Johnny Ringo's last words are a bit strange. So, he gets shot the first time because Dodo gets away. He's on the ground. Doc shoots him a second time with the hidden gun. And then he says something like, I thought you'd do better than that, Mr. Ringo. And Johnny Ringo says, I will next time, and then dies. This isn't Westworld. He's not coming back.
He'll come back in spirit.
Maybe he thought he wasn't going to die from the gunshot, but it's strange. So anyway, one down.
And well, the Clantons, it's basically a one-sided massacre at this point. The Clantons can't shoot for shit, and the Earps and Holiday just wipe them out.
Yeah, so basically a very brief version of this is that firstly, Doc sends Dodo away from the gunfight with a pat on the backside. Yikes.
Yikes. Thanks, 1966.
Yeah, thank you, 1966. Then Billy announces to everyone he's going after Doc Holliday. It ends spectacularly well. As Doc just shoots him down with two more shots. That's 2 down. Phineas goes pretty soon after that. I think Virgil gets him on the wagon he was hiding behind previously. He's hiding behind a wagon to avoid the shots. Comes out from behind the wagon and gets shot. That was smart.
Oops.
And then
it's kind of like you remember those old shooting gallery games where it'd be like FMV people coming out behind things and shooting at them. Shit. Yeah, it's exactly like that.
That's exactly what this is. America Light Gun Games. Yeah.
Oh fuck! What a deep cut.
Or America Laser Games, sorry. But yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever they're called.
Anyway, Ike his NPC coding kicks in. He walks up a flight of stairs. Gets shot by all 3 of them. First Doc Holliday, and then Virgil, and then Wyatt. He takes a fairly impressive dive over the balcony, and that's the end of the gunfight at the OK Corral. Sorry, Doc, Wyatt, and then Virgil in that order.
And well, then we get our the end of the story, Doc Holliday gives the Doctor his wanted poster.
Yeah, because Batmasterson is a jerk. Doc helped save his friend, and he repaid him by putting a $2,000 bounty on his head.
John.
Yeah.
He has,
But
however,
his
reconciled with
friend
Kate.
Wyatt Earp is also no longer a lawman, so maybe they can go off together and I don't know, Brokeback Mountain.
Masterson claimed he killed 2 of the Clantons. I only counted him shooting 1, but whatever. And we should point out that the actual gunfight didn't take place like this at all. Most of the participants didn't actually die.
Yeah.
They were wounded, but they didn't actually die. Frank and...
Plus, the actual gunfight was not even the end of the whole feud thing.
Frank and Tom
actually
McClory
much
were
later
killed.
on.
Billy Clanton was killed. Ike survived. Billy Claiborne ran away. And was Virgil even there?
Virgil was there. In fact, he was the essentially. You know how this presents Wyatt as the main person?
It was
Virgil,
actually
Virgil. Virgil was the town marshal.
But Wyatt's the more famous of the brothers, so he got the nod, I guess.
Yeah, essentially.
Plus, you can't call Virgil Mr. Werp, so he'd be Mr. Verp.
Also, fun fact: the gunfight at the OK Corral actually didn't happen at the OK Corral.
Yeah.
Oh.
It actually took place in front of a place called C.S. Fly's Photographic Studio, which was 6 doors west of the OK Corral's rear entrance.
But that's not as catchy as Fight at the OK Corral.
Yeah.
Fight at the Photographic Studio just doesn't sound right.
Oh, and fun fact, all of the people who were lawmen got away with it, too, because they were shown to have acted within the law.
Yeah, and also...
So, you know, police brutality.
No one liked the Cowboys. The Clantons' gang was called the Cowboys.
So the Doctor and friends head out from the TARDIS again, and he's like, "I'm sick of the Wild West. Get the fuck in the." He doesn't even take the poster with him. He just throws it down.
What the hell? That was a gift for you. That was a piece of history.
Why
You
is
just
everyone
threw it
a Doc
away.
Holiday in this?
Well, that's the end of the Gunfighters. We do get a small little teaser for the next story, which is Doctor Who and the Savages.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a completely okay title that nobody would have any problems with.
Yeah, that story is messy.
And missing.
And missing. We don't have to talk about. I mean, like, I said
goodness.
it last time when I was talking briefly about Dodo, but it's got some very good shit that resonates with me about how the upper class exploits a lower class, and the Doctor is having none of it, and it's like, you people are fucking monsters. But also it has some dodgy bullshit, so...
Well, I mean, look at what it's called.
Yeah.
The Savages,
and
yeah.
They keep, and everyone keeps calling the lower class that. So it's like...
Really, there's only one place where the word savages is okay, and well, kind of okay, and that's in the Disney song, just because it's, you know, both the Native Americans and the white people calling each other that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Savages is actually a good song because it points out the similarities between the two sides.
Yeah.
That was the Gunfighters.
Yeah.
Yay.
Interesting pick.
I think I'll go last. I have a feeling my take is going to be slightly different than the takes of you two. So I'll save myself for the
Okay,
best
Kat,
friend.
would you like to go first?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and go first. Why not? It was an interesting serial, I'll say that. Obviously they're the historical inaccuracies, but if you look beyond that, it's not a bad story, I would say. The biggest beef that I actually have with it is the whole thing with the song, and I really wish they didn't play it so much, but I guess they spent money on it, so had to put it someplace. I don't know. But, you know, I like Doc. I like Dodo. She was fantastic. Steve, always great. The herbs are nice. You know, everything is actually really... I won't say tightly woven, but it was really well put together. There were some moments that I think that they could have, you know, cut out or skipped or just not even bothered with. But otherwise, I enjoyed it. I got to, you know, yell about all the different times they played the song with my friend Chris, so that was fun. I won't say that I would look this up again, personally, But if someone said, "Hey, we're gonna watch the Gunfighters," I'd be like, "Okay, I'll just shut my ears." Song.
Okay. Well, there's something I should point out straight away. Then, me and westerns do not have the best of relationships. I'm not a huge fan of westerns, honestly.
Honestly, I agree with you there. The only reason that I don't really say too much is that my father watches westerns all the time.
Fair enough.
So you get used to it.
I only tend to like them when there's another element added to them on top of the Wild West aspect. So I really like the show Winona Earp, because that's got demons in it and supernatural stuff happening in it, and it works really well. It marries up together. Here's my hot take, right? I appreciate that not everyone will feel this way, and the Gunfighters is perfectly fine as a story. The constant use of the Last Chance Saloon ballad is annoying and takes me out of it. But it's played straight as a western, and that's kind of my issue with it. There are no sci-fi elements. The Doctor is actually reduced mostly to a bit part player. Mostly he's not in control of his own actions for the whole of this serial. He's dragged along by events like a tide. But A Town Called Mercy had the gunslinger. It had the intrigue about the anachronistic technology. It had other elements to it other than just, here we are in the Wild West. Also, this was supposed to be a historical episode, and it wasn't very historically accurate. So not teaching children that well. But it's fine. It's fine. For a black and white 1966 Doctor Who serial, it's just fine. And it is a nice tribute to Jackie Lane, so well done for picking it.
Yeah. I will say one thing, but before Frez gets into it, since there was only like 3 seasons for the first Doctor, and they were going to have to replace him very soon because of his unfortunate health issues. I think we could kind of forgive the historical inaccuracy, because I think by this time it was more an actual show than it was educational.
Yeah.
About right. Yeah. Well, I enjoy this one. I mean, I don't know if it's my favorite 60s story, but it was a lot of fun to like. I will go to bat for that stupid goddamn song, because as cheesy and corny and repetitive as it can be, my feeling is that it adds to the whole dissonance of the situation. It's this upbeat sort of saloon song that plays even as things go down. Like the start of the song is just "Come on down to the saloon," and then you're singing about Charlie the barman has just got shot dead. But
all right, so friendship ended with freezing inferno.
I forget. I mean, I went to bat for Orphan 55, and we're still friends. I don't think this is gonna be the riff.
All right, I'll be good.
You went to bat for Orphan 55, you say?
Yeah, but
excuse me, just one second.
Oh,
does he have his pillow?
no, he's got his Quagsire.
Ah!
He does.
Carry on.
Well, yeah, but okay, yeah, I dig it. I dig it. The like I said, the fandom critique of the '80s was that it was very silly and the accents were bad, which is kind of silly, but also, like I said, it rapidly builds up that darkness. I mean, you've got the handy little song and all, but by the end of part 4, people are being shot down in cold blood. So it's like, wow, that escalated quickly. So I like that aspect of it. It's definitely got a dark take on it with the history, but it's not afraid to be funny at parts. The companions are good. Dodo especially has some good moments. And the Doctor, yes, he is a little sidelined, but that happened sometimes in the 60s. And also he was old, so like I said, William Hartnell had the health issue, so that might be why he was given a lesser role in the story. But it's fine. I dig it. I dig it. You could do a lot worse with 60s Doctor Who. Like, for example, the 2 preceding stories, which don't exist. So, yeah, decent story. I dig it. I'm glad that we had some sort of enjoyment out of it.
Yeah.
And, well...
It's almost like the fandom was wrong.
Wow! Who would have thought? Anyway, Rainiac, what do you got for us? You got something gonzo? Or you got something traditional?
So I'm a little bit of both.
Racist?
No, not that third one, but a little bit of the first two he said. So we have not covered Jon Pertwee in a while, and I always get nervous when we cover Jon Pertwee that I don't pick something that's actually problematic or racist or you know what. I think I've got the balance right here.
Here's the thing: if I scream at the top of my lungs when I hear the choice, you know you've picked wrong.
I think you like this one.
Okay.
Because you were discussing it recently with a friend of ours.
Okay.
I was?
You were, yeah, and I think you'll like it. I don't know about Kat, because I don't think Kat's ever seen it. So, Gonzo and traditional kind of mixed into one. Next time on Doctor Who Reviews, Jon Pertwee stars in The Claws of Axos.
Ooh, okay.
Never seen it. Never seen it.
Okay, this could be intriguing.
It's not a scream. I'm taking that as a positive.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, well, you're gonna scream because we get to talk about Brexit.
We do?
Seriously?
Oh, like there's literally like a British nationalist.
Yeah, there is a kind of a parallel there,
gosh.
but it's not really because Brexit wasn't a thing then. So
No, I know, but I mean, you got a British nationalist to the Doctor's like English for
know,
English.
but
What the fuck
I
are you
don't
talking about?
give a damn about. I can discuss Brexit. That's fine.
Okay, good.
It happened.
It sure did.
It's still happening.
It wasn't the end of everything. It wasn't a good. It wasn't the, sunlight, sunshine and rainbows. It was in the middle, like most things.
Yeah, but this is definitely, like you said, a mix of the Gonzo and the traditional because it is pretty traditional Doctor Who monster sort of stuff. But also it has this weird Gonzo, early '70s glam rock psychedelia sort of filter over the whole thing.
My favorite.
Like I said, combination of the two.
Hey, hang on. Like I need to show Kat an axon and an Axos in the human form.
Oh
my
God.
gosh! All right, I'm going to close my eyes.
Rainiac
close my eyes. Just tell me when it's posted.
Rainiac's going to have something like this on screen. It's something like this, but I'm using a different picture. You can look now, Kat.
All right, 3, 2, 1. What the actual fuck? Those are the gold people from the second Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Okay.
What's wrong with their eyes?
Well, it'll be revealed in the story.
Hair. What's wrong with your face?
It'll be revealed in the story.
Okay, this could be an interesting one. I think we can jam with the Claws of Axos.
We hadn't done Pertwee for a while. I felt like doing Pertwee again.
Did Midas come over and like punch them in the eyes so they got black eyes and they swelled up?
You'll find out in the episodes, Kat.
Oh God! I just realized that we did the thing again too.
We did?
British people trying to have dodgy American accents.
Oh, we did.
Boy,
Yeah,
my favorite.
Well, it's only one. It's only one this time. So.
Yeah, one guy this time. So.
And it's not as egregious as the Gunfighters.
Not quite. Yeah. It's kind of an Anthony Jacobs situation where it was like, oh yeah, I'd buy that. This is.
See, I mostly gave them a pass for the accents just because it wasn't that distracting, and also, they actually did try to find actors with the correct accent.
Well,
they didn't succeed with the Claptons, did they?
Yeah, Clouds of Axos. I can rock with that.
Yes, and then after that, it's my turn.
Yeah. I can't wait.
Hear me.
Oh boy.
I can't wait.
I wonder what Kat will give us, but we'll have to wait a week to find out. But until then, Rainiac, where can we find the lovely people of this podcast?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Freezing Inferno. You can find us at Reviews Doctor. I forgot what it was for a second there. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Twitter at Reviews Doctor. You can find us individually on Twitter at Freezing Inferno, at Concave Usurper, and at Rainiac Domaniac, respectively. You can send us a lovely email or a not so lovely email, depending on your point of view, at goexterminateyourself@gmail.com.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to tell you this. I have a new website as well that people might want to go to. It's called Amazon.com, where you can go buy Back to the 11th Hour by Kristen McTeague.
Yeah, that's a good website.
And
Well,
Jeff Bezos,
it's not, technically it's not a good website, but at the very least, if you go to Amazon Smile, then you can donate to certain organizations.
Also, did you just admit
as
to
well.
being Jeff Bezos secretly?
Jeff Bezos is out. He's out.
Burn the witch.
He's gonna go into he's gonna go into space and get
Hopefully
stranded
blow
up
up.
there.
Now, I'd like to note to my NSA agent that was not a threat, that was a hope.
He's gonna be like
Also, how are your kids? I know Billy had that problem with math.
he's gonna be like the dude in the David Bowie song, "Ground Control, the Major Tom, the Major Jeff."
Major Jeff. Don't give him a rank as well, for God's sakes.
He's giving himself a
Houston,
ranking.
we have a problem. Jeff Bezos says he wants to return.
He may not give himself a rank, but he's a ranker, all right.
Any other things to plug, Rain?
Not that I can think of at this moment in time. No.
Well, I guess
have one thing I can plug.
Back to the 11th Hour by Kristen Metier.
Well, yes, but also something else. I've actually been moving for the past month or so. I'm going to be moving out this Friday completely. So I'll be in a new house starting, the next podcast. But what I wanted to announce was that during this time I wasn't able to stream anything, but I'm considering starting streaming again, which would be at twitch.com or twitch.tv, whatever it is, Concave Usurper.
Yep.
Find me there. I'll probably put up a post or something on Twitter about it.
There is a link to your Twitch page every time we do a podcast, so...
Yeah, but, the problem was that I wasn't able to do it before because I was so busy. Hopefully I'll be able to do it again soon. I'm going to try to do two things. One of them is going to be, I'm going to try to make Dark Souls Wednesday a thing.
Yes.
Oh, God, you poor sod.
I know, but, it'll make Frez happy. Those will probably be during the middle of the day, so hopefully you'll be able to come and enjoy as well.
It'll make Frez happy, but it'll make you miserable.
Well, no, it would make me mad. Is the difference?
That's
but then,
that's the way it crumbles.
Yeah, but then on weekends, possibly maybe on Saturdays, I'm still trying to establish that. I'm going to be doing something with my friend Chris.
Ooh.
Excellent.
Who is a joy. And if there's ever a time where you two are available for anything, we'll also do those on Saturdays, maybe?
Yeah.
Question mark?
Like 15 player Among Us, if we can find 15 people to...
Well, something we could do is we could have randos in there, but the problem is that we would have to actually type in chat rather than talk.
Yeah, that's the problem. That is the problem.
Probably just there's always the reliable Jackbox nonsense of
Oh,
yes.
Whiplash shit.
They've just announced Drawful Animate. That's going to be amazing.
Also, I should probably admit this, but if anybody goes on to Among Us and finds a character called F Pump, P.I., hi.
What?
I changed my... I couldn't fit Felicity Pump P.I. in
That's
there,
a
so.
reference to a Jackbox stream that we did with Chris, Kat, and some other
Actually,
people.
maybe I can. I'm going to go try again to do that.
And Chris came up with Felicity Pump Private Eye and reduced me to absolute tears.
That's pretty good. Well, catch our lovely Kat on twitch.tv.
Yeah.
Then start next week.
Next
That'll
Twitch
be
Gaming
fun.
Megastar. I'm going to bang this drum until I can no longer bang it.
But then catch us next time for the Claws of Axos.
Yep.
Which is going to be fun.
Thank you for listening to us talk about the Gunfighters and the terrible accents that were within it. Thank you to Jerry and Kat for talking with me about the Gunfighters and the terrible accents within it. And we'll see you next time for what will hopefully be a good time with the Claws of Axos. Until then, bye for now.
Oi, come on England! Score some fucking goals!
Move your blooming ass!
And cut.
You're begging for
That's
that.
the most
not
American British man I've seen since Rainiac.
Okay, I asked for that. And my God, I got it.
So, Rain, when do the Euros end?
Sunday.
Sunday.
We're either going to be in it or in the final or not. So
Hmm.
anyway, Gunfighters Part 3.
I'm remembering what someone said today. All right, fine. After the goddamn Euros are over, I'm gonna watch the fucking.
Yeah,
Magic
I know.
Well,
I'm in danger.